Y'all like my Super Bowl cup, the Super Bowl 52 championship cup, my Eagles. Cheers. Y'all miss me, damn it. Y'all miss me? What's going on, folks? This your boy New Jack coming at you live. The 2018 NFL season is around the corner. I am so damn ready for the season to start. The world champions, my Philadelphia Eagles, did their thing. I know it's been a while since I've been in the studio, but I'm back. So today, I'm going to give y'all my 2018-19 NFL season predictions. Let's get it started. I'm started off with the AFC Conference. The AFC East. I have the New England Patriots winning the AFC East. They still have Tom Brady and head coach Bill Belichick. As long as they have those two, they're going to win that division. The Miami Dolphins. They lost Ndamukong Suh to the LA Rams. They still have an average defense. Quarterback Ryan Tannehill. He has to light it up this year. Or the Miami Dolphins will have to draft them a new quarterback in 2019. The New York Jets, they drafted Sam Darnold, who I believe is going to start week 1 for the New York Jets. They are still a rebuilding team. I would give them 1 or 2 years and they should be straight. The Buffalo Bills, no more Tyrod Taylor for them. He is with the Cleveland Browns now. They drafted Josh Allen, who I believe is going to start week 1 for the Buffalo Bills. If I had to pick a team to win the AFC East, y'all already know that the New England Patriots is going to win this division. So I have the New England Patriots winning the AFC East. The AFC North, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning the AFC North. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be really good again this year with a power offense. They still have Big Ben as their starting quarterback. They have a workhorse back there, Le'Veon Bell, who's going to have a good season. They have one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, Antonio Brown, and they have an average defense. The Cleveland Browns, they drafted Baker Mayfield with the number 1 overall pick. I believe he's going to start either week 3 or week 4. The Baltimore Ravens, they drafted Lamar Jackson. Now, it all depends how well Joe Flacco plays. If he plays poorly, I expect Lamar Jackson to start either week 4 or week 5 during the NFL season. The Cincinnati Bengals, they still have Marvin Lewis as their head coach. Been coaching for almost 15 years and still hasn't won a playoff game. Unbelievable. But they did draft it, my boy out of Ohio State, Billy Price. That was a good pickup for them. But if I had to pick a team to win the AFC North, it would have to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning the AFC North. The AFC South. Let's start off with the last year's champions, the Jacksonville Jaguars, who has the best defense of all of football, hands down. Blake Bortles had an average year last year. He did very well in the playoffs last year. Went all the way to the AFC Championship game. Leonard Fournette had an outstanding rookie season last year. I expect him to make some noise again this year. They lost Allen Hurns to the Dallas Cowboys, but they still have some weapons on that offense. And they have, like I said, the best defense in all of football. The Indianapolis Colts, Andrew Luck is back at quarterback. He is healthy. Hopefully, he stays healthy. Because if Andrew Luck can stay healthy, look out for the Indianapolis Colts. They drafted Quentin Nelson, guard out of Notre Dame. So that was a good pickup for them. We'll see what they do. The Houston Texans, I will say this. If Deshaun Watson didn't get hurt last year, Houston would have made the playoffs. Hands down. J.J. Watt, he's back healthy now. I believe Houston is going to make some noise this year if J.J. Watt and Deshaun Watson stays healthy. The Tennessee Titans, they made the playoffs last year. Marcus Mariota, he had an up and down season last year, but they still made the playoffs. DeMarco Murray retired, so Derrick Henry is going to be the workhorse in that backfield. And they have an average defense. If I had to pick a team to win the AFC South, this is a tough one. It would be out of Jacksonville or Houston. I have to pick one. So if I had to pick a team to win the AFC South, it would have to be the Houston Texans. Why? Because of Deshaun Watson. He's a bad boy. And I believe if he stays healthy, if J.J. Watt stays healthy, Houston will win this division. So I have the Houston Texans winning the AFC South. The AFC West. Let's start it off with the Kansas City Chiefs. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes fills in the shoes for Alex Smith, who is with the Washington Redskins now. He is the new quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. I believe Patrick Mahomes is going to have an up and down year. But he does have a workhorse in that backfield in Kareem Hunt, who had an outstanding rookie season last year in running the football. He also has Tyreek Hill to throw the ball to, who is a game changer. We all know what Tyreek Hill can do. They have an average defense. I believe Kansas City is going to make some noise this year. The Denver Broncos, they have a new quarterback in Case Keenum, who led the Minnesota Vikings last year all the way to the NFC Championship game. Of course, they lost to my Philadelphia Eagles. But they did draft Bradley Chubb out of North Carolina State. Him playing along with Von Miller. Look out for that defense. The Oakland Raiders, John Gruden is back coaching for the Oakland Raiders. AKA Chucky. Takes over as head coach. But my question is, why in the hell have y'all not signed Khalil Mack yet? What the hell are y'all waiting for, Oakland? He is one of the best defensive players in the NFL. He's holding out because he wants his money. Y'all need to go ahead and give him a damn contract. Because without Khalil Mack, that defense ain't going to be good this year. I'm telling y'all that right now. Without Khalil Mack, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to make the playoffs without Khalil Mack. Now, if they sign Khalil Mack and finally give him his money, then the Oakland Raiders just might make the playoffs. But without him, without Khalil Mack, they ain't going no damn where. I leave it like that. The LA Chargers. Phillip Rivers is still their starting quarterback. I believe he's going to make some noise this year, along with Melvin Gordon, who is a pretty good running back. He had a good season last year. They drafted Mike Williams last year out of Clemson, who was kind of banged up last year, didn't perform very well. He was off and on, kept getting hurt. But I believe Mike Williams is going to have a good season this year if he can stay healthy, along with wide receiver Keenan Allen. Those are two good weapons for Phillip Rivers. And that defense, they are stacked with Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram. That gives them a good pass rush. They have a pretty good defense, and Phillip Rivers is still a good leader on that team. If I had to pick a team to win the AFC West, it would have to be the LA Chargers. Because of that defense, and I believe Phillip Rivers is going to have a good year this season. So I have the LA Chargers winning the AFC West. Moving on to the NFC Conference. The NFC East. Let's start it off with my Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the big question is, will Carson Wentz play week 1? I will have to say he will. They're just keeping an eye on him. They don't want anything to happen to Carson Wentz. During training camp, they don't want him to play in the preseason. But he should be ready to go by week 1. During the offseason, we lost some key players. We lost LeGarrette Blount to the Detroit Lions, Torrey Smith to the Carolina Panthers, and on the defensive side, we lost Vinny Curry to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But to be honest, the Eagles have gotten a lot better because the players that were out last year are coming back this year from injury. Jason Peters is coming back. Darren Sproles is coming back. Jordan Hicks is coming back. Chris Maragos is coming back. Then you have our star quarterback, Carson Wentz, is back. So our team has gotten a lot better. Only thing we did in the offseason was sign Mike Wallace. We signed him to a 1-year deal. That was a good signing for us. I believe my Philadelphia Eagles will have another good season. I don't want to jinx anything. I'm not saying they're going back to the Super Bowl or anything like that. I would say if everybody can stay healthy, we will go far in the playoffs. Like I said last year when I made my 2017 video, I'm not going to jinx anything. I'm going to keep it like that. Take it one game at a time. Moving right along. The New York Giants, they drafted Saquon Barkley, who will be a superstar player in the NFL. You're talking about the second coming of Barry Sanders. I'm not saying he's going to be Barry Sanders, but damn near close. That was a good draft pick for the New York Giants. They still have Eli Manning, a 2-time Super Bowl champion. He's had an up and down career, but I believe he will play well this year. Odell Beckham Jr. is back. He was injured last year, so I expect the Giants to make some noise this year. The Washington Redskins, they lost Kirk Cousins. He's with the Minnesota Vikings now. They brought in Alex Smith from Kansas City. And I believe the Redskins, they're going to have an average year. I don't see them doing too much. They lost Darius Geis, their rookie running back, during the first game of the preseason. He is out for the season with a torn ACL. That was a big loss for them. But they still have P. Ryan and Chris Thompson to help carry the load in that backfield. But I don't expect the Redskins to do much this year. The Dallas Cowboys, they lost some talent. They cut Dez Bryant during the offseason. Tight end Jason Witten retired. They signed wide receiver Allen Hurns, which was a good pickup for them to fill in Dez Bryant's shoes. I'm not saying he's going to be Dez Bryant, but hey, it was a good signing for them. That gives Dak Prescott another target. And Ezekiel Elliott, hey, he didn't play a lot of games last year because of his 6-game suspension, but he's going to play all 16 games this year. So that will help out Dak Prescott a lot. And the Cowboys, if everybody can stay healthy, I don't know about their defense. Their defense, still a question mark for me. But they have a good offense, but the question is for Dallas, how well will the defense perform? They have Randy Gregory back. They're saying that he's looking good on training camp so far. He's back healthy, drug-free. Hopefully he can stay off the weed. Let's just hope. So I look for the Cowboys to make a little noise this year, but we shall see. But if I had to pick a team to win the NFC East, it would have to be my Philadelphia Eagles. So I have the Philadelphia Eagles winning the NFC East. The NFC North. Let's start off with the Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins is their new quarterback. Running back Dalvin Cook is back healthy after suffering a leg injury last year. So I expect him to have a good season if he can stay healthy. Hopefully he stays healthy. Minnesota's defense is one of the best in the NFL. So I expect Minnesota to have a really good year this year. The Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers is back. He is back healthy, so look out. They no longer have Jordy Nelson. He is with the Oakland Raiders now. In Green Bay, they have a young receiving corps. They still have Devontae Adams, who I believe is going to have a good year this year. They still have Randall Cobb, who is a veteran. So he's kind of a leader on that receiving corps. I expect Green Bay to have a good year this season if Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy. If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, Green Bay will make the playoffs. The Detroit Lions, they still have Matthew Stafford as their quarterback. He's a good leader on that team, but they're rebuilding. So we'll see what the Lions do. I think they will have an okay year this year, but we'll see what they do. The Chicago Bears. They drafted Mitch Trubisky last year, who late in the season looked really good. Late last year during the season. So I expect Chicago to do okay this year. I don't expect them to do much this year. They still have running back Jordan Howard in that backfield. He's a really good running back. I expect them to be okay this year. They might do good, they might not. But I don't expect them to do much because they're still rebuilding. But if I had to pick a team to win the NFC North, it will have to be out of Minnesota or Green Bay. And I know a lot of people are picking Minnesota to win the NFC North. I'm not. And you know why? Because Green Bay has Aaron Rodgers. And we all know what Aaron Rodgers can do when he's healthy. So I'm picking the Green Bay Packers to win the NFC North. So I have the Green Bay Packers winning the NFC North. The NFC South. Let's start off with the New Orleans Saints. They still have Drew Brees as their quarterback, who every year passes over 4,000 yards or sometimes 5,000 yards. He is unbelievable. He is a first ballot or will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Mark Ingram, we all know he's suspended for 4 games, so they're going to rely on Alvin Kamara to carry that load until he gets back. The New Orleans Saints, they have an average defense. We'll see what they do. I expect New Orleans to have another good season this year. The Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton is a good leader for that team. And Christian McCaffrey, he is now the featured back in that backfield. With Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey, look out. They're going to be really dangerous. Luke Kuechly, he is back healthy now. I believe the Carolina Panthers have the best defense in this division. They're going to be really good this year. So look out for the Carolina Panthers. The Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan is still their quarterback. They have one of the best running back duos in the NFL with Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. They have the best wide receiver in the NFL, Julio Jones. And they have an average defense. So look out for the Atlanta Falcons. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jameis Winston is suspended for 3 games. Without Jameis Winston, they are not going to win those games. I'm here to tell you right now. I don't expect Tampa Bay to do much this year anyway, because they are still a rebuilding team. So I don't expect Tampa Bay to do much this year. But if I had to pick a team to win the NFC South, it would have to be out of the Saints, the Panthers, or the Falcons. This is a tough call for me. This is a really tough call. A lot of people are picking the Saints to win the NFC South, but I'm not. The reason why, one of the reasons why, is because of Mark Ingram being suspended for 4 games. So if I had to pick a team to win the NFC South, it would have to be the Carolina Panthers. And the reason why is because they have the best defense in this division. And with Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey together, they're going to be hard to stop. So that's why I'm picking the Carolina Panthers. So I have the Carolina Panthers winning the NFC South. The NFC West. Let's start off with the Arizona Cardinals. Carson Palmer finally retired. They drafted Josh Rosen, who will start over Sam Bradford really soon. Running back David Johnson is back. He's healthy, looking good so far in training camp. They still have veteran wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald, and they have a pretty good defense. Arizona might do okay this year. I don't expect them to do much with a rookie quarterback, because Sam Bradford, he ain't going to last long. He either going to get hurt again or he going to get benched. Moving right along. Seattle Seahawks, they lost some key players during the offseason. They lost Richard Sherman, who is with the San Francisco 49ers now. Cam Chancellor, he retired. And Earl Thomas is holding out. They still have Russell Wilson, but Seattle, they lost a lot. They lost a lot of key players. And with Earl Thomas holding out, it doesn't look good for Seattle. The San Francisco 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo had an outstanding season last year. With his time with the San Francisco 49ers, he is 7-0 as being their starter. I'm going to say this right now. The San Francisco 49ers is one of my dark horse teams this year. They're going to surprise a lot of people this year. If they make the playoffs, I would not be surprised if they make the playoffs. They are that good. They have an average defense. They have Jimmy Garoppolo. And like I said, last year, ever since he's been on the San Francisco 49ers, they have been unbeatable. And this year, I believe he's going to light it up this year. So look out for the San Francisco 49ers. The LA Rams, what can I say about them? They are stacked. Look at what the hell they have. They are good on both sides of the ball, on offense and defense. I mean, Jared Goff, he's an average quarterback. He did good last year. Todd Gurley, who I believe is the best running back in the NFL. But the one thing the Rams going to have to do is sign and give Aaron Donald his money. Another player that needs to get paid. Y'all need to start playing these players. These players ain't playing these days. Y'all need to start paying them. They are not playing. They need to go ahead and sign Aaron Donald. Another player that needs to get paid. But if I had to pick a team to win the NFC West, it would have to be the LA Rams, because they are good on both sides of the ball, on offense and defense. So I have, and a lot of people picked the Rams to win this division, and I have to agree. So I have the LA Rams winning the NFC West. So for my 2018-19 NFL playoff seedings, look like this. Starting off with the AFC, I have the New England Patriots get the number 1 seed. I have the Pittsburgh Steelers get the number 2 seed. I have the LA Chargers getting the number 3 seed. And I have the Houston Texans get the 4th seed. My 2 wild cards out the AFC are, with the 5th seed, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars getting the 5th seed. And for my 6th seed out of the AFC, I have the Indianapolis Colts getting the 6th seed. Out of the NFC, I have the LA Rams getting the number 1 seed. I have my Philadelphia Eagles getting the number 2 seed. I have the Green Bay Packers getting the 3rd seed. And I have the Carolina Panthers getting the 4th seed. My 2 wild cards out of the NFC are, I have the Minnesota Vikings get the 5th seed. And I have the San Francisco 49ers get the 6th seed. I hope y'all enjoyed this. There's more videos coming at y'all this week. I will make my college football prediction video. So y'all stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, y'all take care. Football season is around the corner. I cannot wait. Until then, I salute to y'all. I'm back in the studio. And I'll talk to y'all soon. And make it hot.